Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to talk about three very important talking points after coming out from the match between FC Barcelona and Valencia. Because after looking at what Barcelona has done on the field against Valencia, you can just get a sense that this Barcelona squad can offer so much more. And I do not mean to hype this Barcelona team too much because I understand that this is only one game and that Barcelona can show some inconsistency. Like we might put out a very bad performance later down this week or maybe against Real Madrid, but I think that this Barcelona squad can actually do much better than they have ever been before, and that is because we haven't seen a very healthy and a fully united Barcelona in a very long time. We're finally witnessing this Barcelona team finally come back together with everybody healthy, with many choices, with many solutions, and that is something that many of us should be very excited about. So we are going to be using the match against Valencia as a point of reference in order for us to understand on just where Barcelona could go, how far they can go, and who they could be in the future. Maybe in about 3 to 4 matches, what could that Barcelona squad look like when everybody is healthy? Now, just to make things very clear, yes, I am saying that this Barcelona squad is finally back, that we are having players that are returning from injury, but at the same time, there are players that are currently injured, but they are returning very soon. For example, Dembélé, Pedri, Araujo, they will all be returning very soon. It says here, according to Marca, that Dembélé, Pedri, and Araujo will not play this week, neither against Dinamo Kiev nor against Real Madrid. It has been said that the doctors are very cautious in all 3 cases and do not want to risk a relapse. So let's get that very clear. As for now, Dembélé and Pedri and Araujo will not be participating within these next 1 to 2 games, but let's understand that these players are not encountering something very serious. We are going to be seeing them very soon. So many of us should look forward to what Barcelona could be once we do see that very complete Barcelona. But now let's go into the 3 very important talking points and what we got away from this match between Valencia and FC Barcelona. And point number 1, which is going to be the biggest talking point within this video, and that is going to be about Ansu Fati. Ansu Fati is the real deal. I do believe that Ansu Fati is becoming that player where many could say that that player, Ansu Fati, he is going to be our main goal scorer. Not a goal scorer for Barcelona, but the main goal scorer for this club. Like, why do we have to feel like every time Ansu Fati steps on the field, why do we feel like he is going to end up scoring a goal? That is because of his talent. That is because of his aggressiveness, the way that he moves, moving forward. All of that comes very natural. And that is why many of us always have a feeling that Ansu Fati is going to be scoring in this match. It is because he is a natural goal scorer. Now let's look at some videos in order for us to understand just what type of player Ansu Fati is and what he could be and how he does create his own opportunities. Let's look at video number 1. You can see that Ansu Fati, he reads the space very well before he receives the ball coming from Busquets. Busquets passes the ball towards Ansu Fati and he knows already exactly where to go, what spaces to attack. He knows exactly where to run. That is what makes Ansu Fati so dangerous, is because he sees exactly where he wants to go before he receives the ball. And look at his body composure, right? Let's go into finer detail. If you look at his body composure, you can see that the front of his body, the inner body, right? Like his chest, his stomach, his quads, right? All of that is facing the inside of the pitch. He is not having the front of his body facing outside of the pitch and run towards that space. He wants to see where the ball is going to go. He wants to put his body in the best position possible to make a great and powerful run. Now let's move on towards video number 2. Here we can see that Ansu Fati receives the ball inside the box. Notice how composed he is on the ball and that the ball is very close to his feet. Like the ball's not going to be going anywhere. His control is amazing, and that is something that many of us should admire because he's always keeping the defender guessing and trying to understand, okay, what is Ansu Fati going to do next? Is he going to cut outside? Is he going to cut inside? Is he going to shoot the ball? Is he going to pass it towards another teammate? And you look at the type of steps he is taking within these frames. I think that many of us can agree that Ansu Fati is not necessarily going to be a player where he is going to be considered as a Messi or a Maradona, right? I do not think that he has that style. I do not think that Ansu Fati has the capability to dribble around players all over the pitch, because if there was one player that can do that very well, that is always going to be either Messi or Maradona. Those are the kings in terms of dribbling all over the pitch and taking down players. But as for Ansu Fati, I do believe that his playing style, he's really maturing towards a point where he is looking like Kylian Mbappe or a prime Cristiano Ronaldo. Because as we continue to look at these frames, right, this video, Ansu Fati's body language really speaks into what Kylian Mbappe currently is and what prime Cristiano Ronaldo was about 7 to 8 years ago. We can see that he's very light on the ball. He is someone that is okay with taking down one player and just looking for areas on where to shoot the ball. That is exactly how Ronaldo and Kylian Mbappe does play. And so that is something very interesting. I think that many of us should expect expect Ansu Fati to really play in that way. I just do not see Ansu Fati becoming a Messi or a Maradona or a Neymar Jr. Ansu Fati is more like, I'm going to speed up the ball, go 0 to 100 very quickly, take down a player, and then have that ball go into the net. He is very much like a player that does step 1, step 2, and then goal. And now let's move on towards the third video, which is going to be about Ansu Fati receiving the ball coming from Sergiño Dest. We can see here that the ball moves towards Ansu Fati's area inside the box, and then you can see that Ansu Fati does not even touch the ball. He just sets himself up so well to the point where he does not even have to touch the ball. He positions himself to a point where he could shoot the ball, and he does exactly that. Now, did the ball go in? No, it didn't. But I think that what we should really be paying attention to is how Ansu Fati repositioned his body in order for him to have a good shot. That is something that you do not get taught, or you do not get taught by another player or get taught by a coach. That comes naturally. That comes through your talent. Ansu Fati knows exactly how to compose himself and position himself to get the best shot possible without even touching the ball. And so as we combine all of these things, right, after seeing what Ansu Fati has done in these 3 videos, seeing how he can find different opportunities to score a goal, just imagine, right, just wait until you see a Barcelona that's very dominant. When we finally see a Barcelona that has 70 to 75% of possession, a Barcelona that can press, a Barcelona that moves the ball very fast, imagine a very dominant Barcelona backing a player like Ansu Fati. You think that Ansu Fati can score a lot of goals now. Just imagine what he can do with a very fast Barcelona. Ansu Fati's goals will probably double or triple throughout the season, and that is something very, very exciting. And we know that one day, that moment, that version of FC Barcelona will come very soon. Now, before we go into the rest of this video, I do want to talk about Manscaped. Support for Barca Media is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming champions of the world. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped just launched their 4th generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, 4.0. By having the Lawnmower 4.0, you will be joining 2 million other men around the world who truly trust on Manscaped. So with this exclusive offer, you will be receiving 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code, the BM code, at manscaped.com. So just imagine shaving with a sleek, well-designed and optimized trimmer that makes shaving time your favorite time within the bathroom. So I am one of the first few people that have tried the Lawnmower 4.0, and it is amazing. Like, this really is something that would take you to the next level. And let me tell you guys, this is such a necessary thing for all men, because I remember back in the days when I was using a normal shaver for my balls, I did not get the best result. It looked messy. Sometimes I accidentally make a few cuts, which was very embarrassing because, you know, us men like to go out there. But the Lawnmower 4.0 was there to really give me a better experience, to not give me a hard time on trying to shave my balls. And I felt way more confident on doing so when I went out. It was amazing. And so look, Manscaped engineered the ultimate groin and body trimmer by focusing on intelligent functionality and incredibly comfortable grooming experience. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. And now I feel way more comfortable on shaving my boys. And one of the best features with the Lawnmower 4.0 is that it does include some sort of like LED light, so you can really catch those areas that you cannot see. And so it's amazing. It's an amazing trimmer. This also does come with wireless charging, which is great also. The new wireless charging system uses electromagnetic induction, which can help battery length last longer. So men, the boys who are out there, my subscribers, it is time for you to finally get your first trimmer, and especially from Manscaped. We're also going to be having here the ball toner. We have the ball deodorant. Like, all of this is going to help you just have a better scent all around within those areas. And again, if you do want to get 20% off your order plus free shipping, the only thing that you do have to do is go to manscaped.com. You would be able to use the BM code, which will help you achieve that discount code. But now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back into the video. All right, so enough of that. Now let's talk about point number 2, and that is going to be about Gavi. Gavi is a very reliable player. He has shown that, and he continues to show that, because now that we know that Gavi is reliable, every time either Pedri or maybe Frankie de Jong or maybe Busquets gets injured, Gavi is always going to be there to replace that player. He is just much more defensively disciplined than any other player that we do have in our midfield, and that is a very big positive sign. Now, when it does come to who can create better, whether it's Pedri or Gavi, I would say it is still Pedri. Pedri is still a very good creator, a much better creator than Gavi, but that does not mean that Gavi is not a good creator. Gavi can still create for other players. He can still make those final killer passes, we're just going to have to wait to see how he does evolve as a player. But as of now, it is safe to say that Gavi is someone that Barcelona can count on. His defensive game is always going to be very present. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen that match between Barcelona and Valencia yet, but Gavi just cannot get a game without a yellow card. He always receives a yellow card. I think that he receives like a yellow card every 80 minutes, which is very funny. And that is only because he enjoys the physical battles. He's a very hyperactive type of player, someone who is always trying to make himself available in spaces. And if he cannot get available in spaces, he will literally outbody you in order to have the ball. But again, I do believe that his offensive game is an area where I do want to add great emphasis on. I do think that Gavi still has so much room to grow, but right now he does have enough talent, enough work ethic in order to be very relied on. And I think that even if many of us do say that Gavi is not the best creator within Barcelona's midfield, I still believe that he is very decent at doing so. Because look, why would Gavi be playing as a left winger sometimes under Ronald Koeman's Barcelona? It is because he does very decent at finding players, making those runs, looking for players to be open, right? Because when you are a left winger, you're also demanded to create, and Gavi can do that. Pedri has also shown that in the previous season. Sometimes we did see Pedri as a left winger, and especially against Juventus, and he was creating for his teammates. So if Gavi can be capable to take on that position, I do believe that eventually he will get to that level. And now lastly, I want to talk about point number 3, which is going to be about Coutinho and Sergio Aguero. I think that with these two players finally coming back to this Barcelona squad, that is a huge boost. Firstly, I do want to start with Aguero. Aguero, every time he had the ball, going up against Valencia, the crowd cheered. Everyone was screaming, Kun, Aguero, Aguero. Everyone was very happy to see Aguero dribble the ball on the field. And Aguero was always looking for the ball. Like, he was asking Memphis, pass it towards me. He was asking Piqué, pass it towards me. He was asking many other players, pass it towards me, because you can just feel his hunger for goals, his hunger for success. And I think that in time throughout the season, we are going to be seeing just how needed Sergio Aguero actually is for Barcelona, because we are going to be encountering those moments where there are going to be players that are going to be injured. Like maybe Martin Braithwaite is not back yet, and then Memphis Depay gets injured. Then who is going to be taking on that striker position? It could be Aguero. Aguero is going to be available. He could be a great sub for Memphis Depay. He could be a great sub for Ansu Fati. But let's say worst case scenario, Memphis encounters a very serious injury. Then we could see a front three of Ansu Fati on the left, Aguero as a striker, and Dembele as the right winger. If you do have two high work rate wingers like Dembele and Ansu Fati, knowing their talent, knowing that they can do very good crosses into the box, Aguero is always going to be there to receive the ball, because he is a player that is very good on the arrivals, is very good at positioning himself in the very right moments. As for Philippe Coutinho is always going to be a very welcomed player. Many people do love Coutinho, and he did score up against Valencia. And when he did score up against Valencia, everybody cheered. It was like a breath of fresh air, because many of us do want to see Coutinho succeed. And I think that in this season, we are going to be seeing Coutinho play in very different areas and very different roles, many different roles actually, because in a 4-3-3, we could see him in either a central midfield role or on the left wing. If Barcelona ever go for a 3-5-2, we may see Coutinho acting as a second striker or maybe as a central midfielder within that 5-man midfield line. And then as for the 4-2-3-1, we could see Philippe Coutinho playing as a cam, which is the central attacking midfield position. So he can play in many different positions, and that is a good thing, because if he continues to show that he's very flexible, versatile, that he can take on many roles, that is only going to give him more minutes on the field. And when Coutinho is on his A game, he is one of the best midfielders for Barcelona. And we do want to see Coutinho do very good regardless, right? Because I understand that many might say that, no, I don't want Coutinho to do well because that means he'll take away the minutes of Pedri or Gavi or Ricky Puig or Nico Gonzalez. But I do not even think that that's the case, because if Coutinho does well, that is going to greatly help Barcelona. We have to remember the type of player Coutinho is, and there could always be healthy rotation. And also, if Coutinho does well for Barcelona this season, we can sell this player at a very good price, whether it's in January 2022 or in the summer of 2022. So it's going to be a win-win situation if Coutinho continues to perform for Barcelona. But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona Daily News. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.